Okay, so today we are going to be covering 2.1D, subtracting using number lines. This is part 2 in that video. But before we do, we're starting this with this warm-up. It says draw a model and simplify. Notice that it just says draw a model. It can be a rock and balloon model. It can be chips and tiles. It can be a number line. We talked about number lines last time, so it could be a number line model. Pausing the recording to give students a chance to finish this. And now that we have had a chance to complete this, on our own, let's do it together and check our answer. When I think about this problem, I think about it as -7. Hey, that's not the right tool. 7 rocks because they're negative. And I am subtracting, meaning I need to be able to take away from my 7 rocks. What comes after that subtraction sign? Why, that's a number 3. Notice that number 3 is a +3. So at 7 rocks, take away 3 balloons. I don't even have to draw. If I have 7 rocks, do I have balloons to take away? No. So I know that I have an issue. Let's go ahead and draw it out though, to really get a visual and to have a good model. Here's my 7 rocks. I can't just take away 3 of these because it says I have to take away 3 balloons. And you look at this collection and you turn into Dora and you say, oh no, we don't have enough balloons. But we have a solution. All we have to do is sing our backpack song. Doesn't she have a song? Could rely on you. And is that it? It's just backpack. Oh, okay. We just look in our backpack and we can find some 0 pairs in our backpack. Now, can you see 3 balloons that you can take away? Yes. Key thing. We have to take away what the problem says to take away. It's not just take away what's already there. It's take away 3 balloons. When I take away this balloon, and this balloon, and this balloon, I now have to count up all the things that I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rocks. But 10 rocks is represented with a -10. Did anybody try a number line model? You could have. You could have. Mine is not going to be super great. I need to move where that 0 is. I'm going to move the 0 to here. 1, 2, there's 3. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. So I still would have started. There's that -7, putting a point there. Here's that 3, putting a point there. Count those bunny hops to figure out how far apart they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are 10 away. Is it 10 or is it -10? We start at the beginning of the problem. Beginning of the problem is -7, so I'm going to draw that arrow right here under -7. And I started on the left-hand side, which means it is going to be negative. So 10 bunny hops, but it's -10. So do we need to review this? We're good, right? Key thing to remember, it's why it's highlighted, is subtraction problems are a difference. That's why we're plotting these 2 points on the number line and counting how far apart they are. We're finding the difference. Or in other words, we're finding the distance between them. So we're just going to pick up right where we left off. I want you to review number 8 and number 9. Those are the last 2 that we did. Review the whole entire process, which I gave you a nice review in that warm-up. I showed you how we can model that problem on a number line. So review what we did last time. 8 minus 7 is 1. 8 minus a -7 is +15. How do we see that on the number line? Go through that process with your groups. We're going to pause the recording as you review. Ready, set, go. Okay. Why are the answers to numbers 8 and 9 so different? I'm answering question 10 now. 8 minus 7 was 1, but 8 minus a -7 is 15. Why are those so different? Turn and talk to your groups on that real quick. Why are they so different? Okay, now come back to me and tell me, why are they so different? Let's go Tanner. Very good. I think that's a great summary. Here, they're both positive. So they're on the same side of the number line. They're pretty close together. Here, we have a positive, and we're subtracting a negative, which is all the way on the other side. Automatically, that makes them pretty far apart. So they're going to be pretty different. Good job. Good summary. We're skipping number 11 because there isn't a number line, and I just don't want to take the time to do it since there's not a number line there. So let's go ahead to numbers 12 and 13. In all of these problems, it says circle the operation. Just like yesterday, circling makes it really kind of hard to see. So I'm just going to highlight. If you guys want to get out highlighters and highlight the operation, that's a good fix. So I just want you guys to focus on 12 and 13. I want you to do these subtraction problems because we are subtracting in each one. So when it's a subtraction problem, I should see little bunny hops. Number 12 is -3 minus a -10. 13 is -3 minus 10. Work with your groups. I just want to kind of walk around and see how you're doing, see if there's any questions, but I want you guys to work on 12 and 13 in the meantime. Pausing the recording as you work on these. Ready, set, go. All right, -3 minus a -10. I'm going to start by putting a dot on -3. Make sure you're careful on this. Here's 0. This would be -1. This would be -2. This is -3. And you can keep counting to check. -4, and then we end up at -5. So yeah, -10 is easy because it's labeled. So now I got my 2 dots, my 2 points plotted. I'm starting at -3. So it looks like I'm starting on the right. And if I'm starting on the right-hand side, that means it's going to be positive. Now let's count the bunny hops. Now that I know it's going to be positive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a positive 7. How'd you guys do? Good. Next one. -3 minus 10. So finding -3, here's 0, -1, -2. There's -3. Minus 10. So I need to find a positive 10. There it is. Where am I starting? Starting there at -3. So I'm going to draw my arrow here at -3. And this time it looks like I'm starting on the left. So starting on the left now means that my answer is going to be negative. So I'm going to show negative first, and then let's count the bunny hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So not just 13, but -13 since we started on the left. Okay, and if you were lost before, if you got those wrong, now you've had a chance to check. We're going to try this again. 14 and 15. 14 and 15, you can work with your groups again. Going to give about 1 minute to 2 minutes on those ones. Pausing the recording as you work on those. Students in class are working in groups. Ready, set, go. Okay, number 14. We're not surprised that the operation is subtraction because this whole lesson is about subtraction, but always get in the habit of checking that operation. 3 minus 10, so I'm putting a point on 3 and a point on 10. I am starting. Please don't skip this spot. As I was checking the room and checking to see how good your answers were and your models, I saw a lot of students skipping this. You have to put an arrow on where you start. You have to show me where we're starting. And I know that there was some confusion on some of these ones, so I want to clarify. We have 2 points, right? One of them's on the right-hand side. One of them's on the left-hand side. If I'm starting on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side of 0, but just these two, one's a right hand, one's a left hand. If I'm starting on the left, that means it's negative. So without even doing anything else, I know that it's going to be negative something. Now we can count the bunny hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 minus 10 is -7. Next one, circle the operation. I'm highlighting 14 minus 20. So I want to find a point on 14 and a point on 20. Where am I starting? Problem starts at 14. So here's my left-hand side. Here's my right-hand side. I'm starting on the left. And if I'm starting on the left, that means it's going to be negative. Now let's count the bunny hops to find out just how negative it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 minus 20 is equal to negative 6. Let me see the hands. How are we doing? Thumbs up. If we're doing great. Thumbs sideways. Still needing some help. Thumbs down. Please come and visit me at my table because yikes. Waiting for thumbs from everybody. If your elbow's on the table, I can't see your thumb. So that counts as a citizenship deduction. I need to see thumbs. Now look up at your thumb, because sometimes our thumbs get lazy. It started off a thumbs up and then it turned to a thumb sideways or vice versa. All right, thank you. I know where I need to spend my time. I don't see any thumbs down, so we're in really good shape. Finish up these last two, 16 and 17, and then I'm going to let you guys work on your own. But 16 and 17 together as a group. Ready, set, go. Okay, last ones. 6 minus, the operation is subtraction, negative 16. So I'm going to plot my point at 6. Plot my point at negative 16, so all the way over here on the negative side, there's negative 15, back one more, that's negative 16. This problem starts at 6. So I'm going to put my arrow right here where we start. Now, is that the left side or the right side? Here's the left point, here's the right point, so we're starting on the right. Starting on the right means the answer is going to be positive. Positive what? Let's count those bunny hops. This is a long distance. Don't lose track in your count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Positive 22. The next one, subtraction. And so I'm looking for the difference or the distance between these points. So again, my point is negative 15. That one's easy to find. We're subtracting negative 25. Put a point there. That's easy. Where am I starting? This problem starts at negative 15. So draw the arrow here. We're at negative 15, showing that I'm starting here. And again, is it left or right? Here's the left one. Here's the right one. So we're starting on the right. Starting on the right means it's positive. So we know it's going to be positive. Positive what? How many jumps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 little bunny hops. Positive 10, because we started on the right. All right, and this is independent practice. On this practice, you're still going to circle the operation. Fun fact, what are we doing in every one of these problems? We're subtraction, because this is a lesson on subtraction. Here's where I'm going to change what the directions are. It says draw a number line model. If you would like to practice drawing chip and tile models, meaning like rocks and balloons, or positives and negatives, you're welcome to do that instead. Okay? Try some of both. It's harder to do the number lines when the number line's not already there for you. But you can, and for some of them it might not be too bad. For example, I probably don't want to do a number line model for 18, because I'd have to draw a negative 14 and a positive 1. That's a lot of bunny hops. But look at 20. That one wouldn't be so bad. If I'm doing 20, I could draw a number line for that. I don't have to draw the whole number line. I can just draw 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. That's all that I need for this problem. And there, was that really so bad? No. So there's 14 and 18. This is where I'm starting. Looks like I'm starting on the left. So I know it's going to be negative, and 1, 2, 3, 4 bunny hops. So that answer is a negative 4. Starting on the left, that's what made it negative. And there were 4 bunny hops. So that one was not too bad to try and draw a number line model. Number 21 is not going to be too bad. Some of them you might want to draw a number line model, some of them maybe not. 22 and 23 are interesting. Have fun with those ones. It is okay to draw chips and tiles and rocks and balloons. I'm going to pause recording as you work on independent practice here. We'll come back together in a little bit with the answers. So only continue on in the recording if you're ready to see the answers. All right, and here's the answers with models. I used number line models for some, used chip and tiles for some others. I want to look at 22 and 23. 2 ways that you can think about this. let's start with the number line. On the number line, I'm supposed to be finding the difference. I should have highlighted each one of those. Should be finding the difference between negative 13 and negative 13. Well, here's negative 13 on a number line. Before that would be negative 12. After that would be negative 14, or I guess less than that. I need to find the difference between negative 13 and negative 13. How many bunny hops are those? 0. So it makes sense that that's 0. You're going to see the same thing up here. So there might be another way that we could think about this. Negative 13, I can think about that as 13 rocks. We are subtracting, so I should take away what? It says negative 13. So 13 rocks take away 13 rocks. And what's 13 rocks take away 13 rocks? We would have 0 rocks. Same thing here. 13 minus 13. This is a positive 13. So I can think about this as 13 balloons. Take away. That's what that subtraction means. Take away. What exactly am I taking away? 13 balloons. And 13 balloons, take away 13 balloons means I have nothing left. That's why it's equal to 0. There's models for each. There's the answer for each one. And now let's talk about the homework. 2.1D, the homework section. Please look at 1 through 5. Do you see how 1 through 5 all have number lines for you? Makes it nice and easy. Do you see how number 1 is already even done for you? So on the left-hand side, all you really have to worry about is 2 through 5. Let's look at the right-hand side. It says, circle the operation. We're not surprised. We've been doing that the whole time. Draw your own number line. I'm going to give you a choice here. No, I'm not going to give you a choice. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do 6 problems from this side. Obviously, you still have to do the ones over here, but on this side, do 6 problems. I want you to do 3 with number lines, just so that you can practice number lines, and I want you to do 3 with rocks and balloons, chip tile. Is that fair? If I make you do 6 problems, how many do you get to skip? Do the math. 4 problems you get to skip. Good. And you choose. You choose which 3 you're doing number lines. You choose which 3 you're doing chip tile. You choose which 4 you're skipping. Any questions on my expectations? Feel good about it? All right. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.